After spending at least 2 hours at the National Railway Museum in York, I felt like doing something that was a bit easier to handle, so I went down to Church Fenton for some train spotting. This is a reasonably busy junction station, where the cross-country line from Leeds meets the Dearne Valley line from Sheffield, but not many of the trains passing through actually stops here. I was lucky to ride on a Class 155 for both the journey down from York and the return trip. For context, there are only 7 units in this class that remain in their original configuration. The other 35 units were disbanded and rebuilt as single-car Class 153 units, and incidentally, I only saw one Class 153 throughout the entire UK trip, and that was one of the Network Rail units. I thought the Class 155s were decent units, with comfortable seats and USB charging points, but I didn't particularly like the noisy diesel engines. Unfortunately, the weather was all grey and murky while I was here. The good thing is that there were 2 big shelters on the island platform in the middle, so I used those as my main vantage points. As for the rail activity you can expect to see at Church Fenton, it's mostly passenger trains from TransPennine Express, Cross Country, and Northern, but there's also the occasional freight working as well. I forget exactly how much time I spent at this station, but I was there long enough to see at least 20 trains, although most of them were Class 185 and Class 802 units. Eventually, it was time to go back to York aboard 155346. Although the rain was a bit annoying, I still enjoyed watching the trains at Church Fenton, and if you're ever intending to film trains there yourself, I recommend checking the weather forecast before you go. I'll close off this video with a bonus catch at York Station, in the form of a Class 66 hauling some empty steel wagons.